Okay, this is another short video to help you structure your PE paragraphs. This is for an example question 3 response for extract 4 from our Dorian Gray unit of work. Again, I want to start with the mark scheme, and really we're looking at what do the bullet points mean. The first one is all about your PE paragraph in terms of the explanation. So, is it developed? Are you adding in adverbial phrases to extend your explanation sentences? Do you focus on keywords? Do you try to add in additional meanings? Do you add in additional sentences? Do you look for the more hidden meanings? The second bullet point refers to your quotes. We're looking for at least one quote. Again, do you focus then on keywords from the quotation? And how well do you explain them? This is a checklist that also you can use before, during, and after you're writing your response, just to make sure that it's structured correctly and it's as developed as it can be in terms of the analysis. Again, this isn't a question that you will be expected to do. This is an example question that I've done in terms of how Basil feels about his friend Dorian. There is the PE paragraph. I've changed it into colour so we can see the different parts in terms of we have red there for the point sentence. The blue represents the evidence, and the majority of this is in green. Even though technically keywords are evidence, it's a quote. I've had it in green here. I've kept it in green because I just want us to think about it. It's a way of extending our explanation. So we're just going to talk through the structure again, just so that we are once again understanding how to put together a PE paragraph. So we have to start with the point sentence. That point sentence takes keywords from the question and it changes them into a statement that answers the question. We then have our first quotation, and again I've introduced that quotation, and then I have the quote. The next part that's very important is the explanation type word to make sure it's an embedded quotation. So I've started off my explanation here. Again, this way we get to the explanation quicker. We don't have to worry about any punctuation. It just allows us to be focusing on the most important part of our paragraph as quickly as possible, which is the analysis. You'll note here that I've got a comma rather than a full stop. Again, I'm using an adverbial phrase. I'm using a conjunction here because to allow me to extend my explanations. That's the first way we can extend our explanation. I've added in an additional sentence. Again, you'll notice there's a comma there, which indicates that there is going to be a coordinated conjunction that's going to allow me to extend this into an adverbial phrase. I guess before I move on, I haven't picked out a key word here. So you might say, yeah, but sir, you've got the coordinated conjunction that allows you to extend it. You've got the additional sentence, but you don't have the keyword. It's because I felt that, I suppose buried would be a keyword, but beyond that, I didn't feel like there was a good enough keyword to analyze, so I didn't bother. I now use a connective to transition to my second quote. And again here, I've introduced it with he repeats. It doesn't have to always be the phrase, the quotation. It can be structured differently, but again, it is a embedded quotation. Because if I take out the quote, again, it just all flows as one. Furthermore, he repeats to reinforce. Again, doesn't work perfectly, but I don't have to worry about any other punctuation. So again, I've used reinforce there. And again, I've used that coordinated conjunction because to extend it. This time I have picked out a keyword, awful, and again I've looked to extend it once more. So I'm looking here not necessarily at what I'm writing, but the structure of it. Because I'm not worried about your ideas, I know your ideas are accurate. It's just structuring in a paragraph that will allow those ideas to have their full impact and gain full marks. This time I don't have an additional sentence. So again, it's not hard and fast rules, but you write as much as you can or you think will fully explain the evidence. Again, I've got a connective here in addition. Again, it's structured slightly different, but that's okay as long as it makes sense. I've used so rather than because or which because it fits better. And again here, there's my additional sentence, again with the coordinated conjunction. So again here, this is a P paragraph in terms of the structure that we want in terms of developing the analysis. Now, could I have done more? Possibly. I could have had an additional sentence here. I can't have a keyword here because I've got us and together. They are keywords in themselves. But I could have picked out a keyword from the first quotation. But it is making sure that I'm getting into at least that level 2. Is this a level 3 response? I think I'd probably have to do a little bit more with the explanation, to be perfectly honest. But again, it's definitely falling into level 2 here, and the structure, if you follow that, would allow you to do that. So again, hopefully this will help you now write your own response.